Hello? Oh! It was in here? What the f-
Please, allow me to show you something.
What do Nemo and my biological father both have in common? Neither of them can be found. I'm sorry. I will not judge you if you unsubscribe from my channel right now. Into the Radius just got released on the Pico 4, which is very cash money because Into the Radius is my favorite VR game, as you might know. Not only that though, the Pico 4 has way better graphics than the Quest 2. But that's not the entire story, because there's a little issue with the Pico version of Into the Radius. So I'm going to give you guys the complete rundown of the Pico 4 version of Into the Radius, and I'm even going to be comparing it to the Quest 2 version just for fun. So I hope you enjoy this video. Probably the best thing that happened while I was recording this video was that I realized that the Pico 4 version of Into the Radius already has the 2.6 update. And looking back on it, I don't know why I thought it wouldn't be like that, but nonetheless, it was a cool little surprise. Because last time I checked, the Quest 2 version of Into the Radius isn't going to be getting that 2.6 update until it is officially out of beta on PC VR. Oh, dude! What? Buddy! This is freaking sick. This is the Pico pre-release version. We already have dandelions in here. This is already an updated version. Wow!
You're a goddamn artist. This is art.
When it's early morning time, the lighting in here is so cool, dude. I could literally just chill over here all day. The Pico release is going to be 2.6. Like, that's honestly amazing. Now you're probably wondering, what's that little issue with the Pico 4 version of Into the Radius that I mentioned in the intro? Well, depending on how you look at it, it might actually be a huge issue for some of you guys out there. And, you know, now that I think of it, it is actually a couple of issues. Not just one. But before I get to that, I'm gonna leave you with one more positive about the Pico version of Into the Radius. The graphics look pretty damn good. Better than the Quest 2? Yes, my dude, 100%. Condition deteriorates due to usage or damage. Oh, that sounds a lot like my ex-girlfriend. The amount of spawns that I've murdered in cold blood would astonish you. Alright, I'm about as rock hard as they get. What? So let's get into the issues. The first issue, which I would classify as pretty huge, is that Into the Radius on the Pico 4 doesn't support cross-buy. So if you were hoping that you'd get a PC VR version of Into the Radius to play if you bought the game on the Pico 4, unfortunately, you will not. This is one area where the Quest 2 wins over the Pico 4 because Into the Radius on the Quest 2 does support cross-buy. Interesting. This hand looks like it's ready to grab a very specific object. Here we go. Opposed to popular belief, I am not actually on cocaine while recording these videos. This is undiagnosed, untreated, 100% USDA certified ADHD.
Destroy the child. Corrupt them all.
And the second issue with the Pico 4 is that it can currently only run games at 90 frames per second, which definitely isn't bad at all, don't get me wrong, but when you compare this to how smooth the Quest 2 version of Into the Radius looks running at 120 frames per second, you definitely notice a pretty major difference. I don't know, man, things are running really smoothly. In the Quest 2 version, I got like no stuttering. Look at this, dude.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh, God. Why are the anomalies green? In the Quest 2 version, that's literally green, dude. What the f***? That's kind of lit, not gonna lie. But keep in mind, Pico is updating their software very frequently, so I would not be surprised if Pico is able to support running games at 120 frames per second sometime in the near future. Oh, dude. Nice. Yes! Yeah! Into the Radius on the Pico still has sparklers, and they're just as good as PC VR, I'm not gonna lie. Wow. A couple more positives on the side of Pico is that sweet f***ing field of view, my dude. I honestly can't get enough of it, and maybe my eyes are just super far apart or some shit, but I swear, being able to adjust the IPD to match my eyes perfectly is a game changer. We're home. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. And one other small positive, but I think it makes a huge difference, is the vibration of Pico controllers when you fire any gun feels way more satisfying than the Quest 2 controllers. It's crazy how much more vibration there is on the Pico controllers.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I am actual trash.
Yow!
Come on, baby. Third time's the charm. So who would I recommend the Pico version of Into the Radius to? Well, if you already own a Quest 2, I would say just stick with your Quest and buy Into the Radius on there. The graphics won't look as good, but on the plus side, you will be able to run the game at 120 frames per second, and you'll get a free PCVR version to download on your computer. So honestly, if you want better graphics, then you can just play it on your PC. Okay, for some reason I took my headset off, put it back on, and I am now about a foot shorter, so I'm going to be role-playing the rest of this video as a short person. If you know me in real life, you would know that I'm about 6'9". Now obviously by 6'9", I mean 6'4". I just rounded up to that nice, even, crisp number, 69. However, if you already own a Pico headset, you should 100% without a doubt buy Into the Radius right now. I think it's currently #1 on Pico's game charts, and that's for a good reason. Into the Radius is by far the most fun, terrifying, and immersive survival shooter that you can find on VR right now. So I will say this again, go buy it. If you own a Pico, you won't regret it. Okay, well maybe a little bit when you meet your first spawn, but other than that, the game looks amazing on the Pico and is definitely well worth a buy. I'm gonna stand here and T-pose for a second just to re-energize, all right? Re-alpha myself. Yeah, I feel pumped as shit now. Yeah. Well, this is the end of the video, my dudes. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having an awesome weekend. I appreciate you for watching this video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Do not tell a single soul about what I'm about to do, okay, Pico? Now that you're watching me.